I'm going to be reading from my next book that's coming out October 6th from CavanKerry Press. It's called Rise Wildly, and it starts off with a poem called I Wish You Had Known When You Launched Me. How I loved my home pond, its aerated, bleachy smell, the beach leaves around it, the skating, picnics, scout ceremonies, my kids visiting now. How I would feel at home in the sky, climbing high hills, seeing bluegrass like tails of galloping horses slowed down, like cirrus clouds sped up. I wish you could know I buckled up every single time, fell for a Moreau painting called The Diamond Smiles at Twilight, never walked into a bar alone. Could you guess I'd marry the kind of man who shared, who gave great advice on what car to buy? Did you have any idea I'd have a kid who'd say, do you think I shouldn't like you as much as I do, being a teenager and all? I hope you could hope that yes, I was meticulously raised, that a friend would call me serene, that I got so old my scars faded, and I learned of 100,000 undersea mountains, only 1,000 of them named. Did the smallest thought of yours guess how very much I would love it here? The next one's called Why I Cried Reading This at Liz and James's Wedding. Liz is the woman who introduced me to my husband. It has two little epigraphs. One is, not just because I was pregnant, and the other is, but because the last line was hers. Some people fall in love just around the edges. For others, love is fireworks in fog, true grandeur unrecognized, password never guessed, beautiful torture missed. For Melissa, for James, it's immersion, discovery, engagement. The sign outside the window of the psychics reads, today only, readings $10. We didn't believe her. The sign was not painted for use on just one day. But today only is a lucky charm. Time, peaceful as tap water, begins now, poured into one glass to sustain you. Today only, and another day, and more. You'll be kind to one another, and he'll bring laughter home. You'll build the peace of the household, and she'll amaze you with wit. He is anchor and oxygen. She is voluptuous and volatile, diving under together bravely to see a freshly washed window view of the world. Today only is that jubilant moment when you finally hit the jelly in the center of the donut and stand together shining in that wide, united way a diamond throws light. A carpenter builds a deck and view, a pond in the back with a waterfall. May you be a perfectly ripe pear, yielding to gentle pressure, a sure sign of readiness. Carry on gently, and you will find a carriage ride, a sweet old Ford pickup, a hammock, a sea. I realize that's from Diane Lockward's collection on donuts, her donut anthology. I was lucky enough to be in that because of the brief mention of the jelly donut. This one is seasonal, appropriate. It's called Planting Nearest the Prayer. You, new garden, have all the charms of a 7-month-old baby. You sit up and smile, stay where I put you for a few short weeks. You haven't confounded me yet. I haven't fallen behind, failed, or felt regret. See verve, new ambition. See various hopes. What tricks will you do? Attract bees? Give me edible blue flowers to freeze in ice cubes? Produce blooms for each room and for hanging from attic rafters? Herbs for a summer of dishes? Seed heads for finches in the fall? I'm curious, what will thrive and reseed and naturalize? Which will the squirrels eat? the drought singe, the trees overshade. With compost from 3 years of dinners, night crawlers from the bin, not yet severed soaker hose dug in to bathe roots, you may turn marvelous. I want to sit with you, parse the evening bird song, feel the spring rinsing, the possibility of jewels ever unmined, miles deep under the ocean floor. My wine, you erase the thump in the gut, turn me capable, full, and desired. This is a very old one. It was inspired by a mix CD. If you have any idea how old it actually is from the time when people made poetry tapes for each other. On a record, James Agee recites from memory his poems, Auden's, Shakespeare's, etc. Here is where it hits me in the heart, the Lord's Prayer. I have said it in bed forever 20,000 times. I have heard close-cropped Episcopalians, tall in suits, behind me say the words, some theatrically, some to hide with the voice wind around us. But to hear him pray it, his voice less boisterous and southern than I'd expected, that gain in against us, more British, is to come too close, to wedge beneath his breath, to touch, be touched too deep. A kiss in the ear, a whisper of God's home number. I shouldn't think this way about a dead man, a married one at that, but dead is not a word for him, not while letters form words. And that one also is from one of Diane's anthologies. This is from Constellation of Kisses. The next one I want to read is called Vitamin Awe, and it has an epigraph, which is from Emotion, a journal of the American Psychological Association. And it says, awe, measured in two different ways, was the strongest predictor of lower levels of stress. For life-lasting doses, trip to Yosemite, hike up Horseshoe Canyon at dusk for guilt, clouds, best pictures. Storm at the rocky beach, otters feeding. Once ever moments, the bald eagle over Route 10, a shiny black car tagged Deceit passing on the right. Nashville warbler on the roof in Seattle. Saw-whet owl perched on the fence by the Newark Bureau. How to measure it? In postcards, inches, palpitations per minute, cc's of happy tears. In self-reports from college freshmen. How to find awe? At the golden hour. A half a cup from the travel brochure. The sun dancing to fire's rhythm. Watching with binoculars the purple finch sing. Play me music soaring. What so high I dread death. Show me the old songwriter playing her guitar's dreams. I'll fix some lemon tea, spend time with the fresh thoughts of the astronomer, his history of a cyclic bouncing universe, of another Big Bang next Thursday, another beetle species discovered before dying out, an hour to smell jasmine and knit, the yarn something shiny for my fingers. This one is dedicated to that sun I mentioned. It's called Adding a New Heartbeat. I have seen that color in the buds on the trees, that color that reminds me of blood but is not blood, spring but not spring. It travels north 15 miles a day. All I want to do is meet this creature inside me, know if it is a son, another daughter, but if I met it today, it would die. It must stay till the light lasts longer, till the trees bud out, till the first fireflies and womb weather, when heat and humidity outside match in. So I watch goldfinches ripen, brighter than brighter than dandelions, brighter than new tennis balls, brighter each day from eating blackest thistle seed. Just 2 weeks ago, grayish brown, dull as females, now almost Easter. When they are brighter than first lightning bugs perhaps, when honeysuckle blooms, honey and suckling. If we get deep enough away to hear the wood thrush, maybe then you will be ready for my gift, your birth. This one is called Getting Through the A's in Angels, Their Names and Meanings. This is a research poem. I had a wonderful time researching all the different kinds of angels there are and making up a couple myself. There are angels for inserting the soul into the body at birth, angels who invented carousels and all the new French fashions. There's just one for the 26th of each month, for honey, sexuality. Aban is your guardian 10 months before death. Another protects fifth children. In heaven's meadows upon meadows, one angel governs confusion. One does nothing at all till Armageddon. One rules warm winds. The keeper of fiery triplicities seduces the regent of Wednesdays, and they're all new every morning, born through every God breath, created by each fresh human sin. They crochet cotton breasts for cancer survivors, telling corny jokes. They feather insights to the board, quietly advise on paint colors. One's pregnant with death, one protects kinglets, but none felt like mine until I spotted a green sea turtle, blunt and kindly, slowly lifting its arms in hosannas to the quicksilver surface shining down. And this gets into the section of poems about my mother's death. Watching my father watch his widow. Remember how powerless we were in our dreams, doll, seeing the baby fall, but unable to catch her? We tried to cry out, but were muted, merely groaning. It is 50 times more frustrating now. I saw you struggle to move the truck seat forward, child bride, 5 years younger, foot shorter. I saw you flush the nitroglycerin pills, silently cursing my constant need of them and their failure. Gad, when do you need a good man more than now, with your shooting leg pains, backbone arthritis, dizziness, tiny shards of sleep if the ledger's off, damned old age, rallentando without the glory. Sweetheart, don't fret so that you missed my last words. I've forgotten them. But I still have that blood-deep need to help you up from the low chair, pour you a drink, make you laugh. Husbands are wasted on the young. And the last one I'll read is The Fetal Fawn Inside the Roadkill Deer. In the dark alive, I hear water against land. I hear undersides of rain. The giant jolt, the twisted spine. How long will cold keep sharpening? I am, but the darkness knows me not. Grope without hands, push without goal. Leaden walls stiffen. Dust settles on sea, past the barbed wire finish line. Her absence is blank presence, plain, tall mausoleum, benthic. Our spirits haunt each other, boat with brown sail, sailor's stale eye. Wind sounds like turning in sleep. I am blown blind, a firework dud. The tough fried cornmeal husk on my heart would melt if I could just stumble and run these hours between death and a burial. The blood color of eyelids facing sun, fading. Fluid congeals. I declare myself gone cold. Thank you